MTA Police District 6 on the door.
Hi, how are you? I was wondering if you can get me a name of an officer, please.
For what purpose?
She pretty much, I've been in touch with you guys several times. You guys keep putting me off about filing this complaint about this woman. Does a DAEZ ring a bell?
D-A-V-E?
DAEZ. She's a female. You know, she rides around with a man who's bald.
Is this the greatest Anthony?
I'm sorry?
Is this the greatest Anthony?
Who is this?
You keep calling, and I don't know what you're expecting to get out of us. You know, we had somebody call you back or whatever handle, whatever it was, but some of your stuff's going on with other agencies, and you keep calling us. You're having issues with Tuckahoe and Eastchester and all that.
Well, no, this woman, what she did, I have an issue with her. I don't know who you are, sir. I'm sorry. This woman, DAEZ, if I can get her name and possibly a public information officer number and internal affairs, and probably, you know, that can help me out.
All right, let me put you on hold for a second. If I hang up with you, just call back, because then we get the two of us confused. Hold on a second.
All right.
Hello, this is Captain Greco speaking.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. I was wondering if you can get me the name of one of your officers.
Okay, we have a lot of officers.
Does DAEZ ring a bell? She's a female officer who rides around with a bald man. DAEZ. I had an encounter with her on 8/19/2024.
Hold on one second.
It might be Diaz, and I really don't know her name. She was covering her name and shield number. It looked like DAEZ, but it could be Diaz.
What day? 8/19.
It was the 19th. Yes, it was at the Tuckahoe Railroad Station.
8/19 is a Monday. Hold on. You said it was at Tuckahoe?
Yes.
What time? During the day or at night?
It was during the day.
You said it was August 19th?
Yes.
Okay. It was definitely MTA police?
It was MTA police. I spoke to someone before. They told me that they wrote something that wasn't true in the report. I just want her name so I can go about the complaint process about this whole thing. And I don't know, these other MTA police officers saying they know me from places. I don't know any of you people. They must be mistaken, and the only MTA police officer I ever spoke to was Lieutenant Booker, unless all these people are Lieutenant Booker somehow.
He's a captain now.
Captain Booker. That's the only person I've ever spoken to. I don't know this lady. I don't know who the other guy who was on the phone earlier. He's saying he knows me from somewhere. I've been calling because I wanted this lady's name.
I'm trying to find it for you. You said at what station?
Tuckahoe.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm looking. I'm trying to see who it is, so I'm trying to get you down to where it could be.
Well, I was at the train station and the MTA police officers were there, and I asked them if they can call me an ambulance because I was having a medical emergency, and she pretty much refused me medical attention. And then an individual from the Tuckahoe police, after they told me they can't help me and to go take a train, basically showed up there just to, I guess, look to see what was going on, and they refused me medical attention, and I was having a medical emergency.
Okay. The only person that I can think of is a Rodriguez. Does that sound right?
Rodriguez, I don't know. She kind of has like blondish or brownish, like curly hair. She's Hispanic. She rides around with some guy who's bald. I don't know who she is.
They don't have steady partners. That's why that doesn't help me. But the only female that would be working that day would be Rodriguez.
Rodriguez. Okay.
Yeah. And the shield number is 559.
Shield number is 559. So Rodriguez 559. Okay. I could definitely go. And how do you file a complaint with the MTA police? Is there like some type of number for? Cause I called the internal affairs number and it seems like they're like not there or something. Like they're not there 24/7, or it's not like a 24/7 number.
Hold on.
Yeah.
If you go, so it's actually online.
I looked up the number. It's not
No,
like
no. There's a form you fill out online and then you submit it. Did you do that?
No, I didn't even see a form. I just Googled like.
If you go to, the link's not going to help because it's long. But I actually just Googled it and that's how I found it. If you type in MTA police complaint report, it'll automatically pop up in Google. If you type MTA police complaint report, is a MTA Police Department civilian complaint process. And when you click it, it says use this form to file a complaint. And then you click that and you fill that out. And then it gets investigated and goes down to each level.
Okay. So MTA complaint.
Yep, just Google MTA complaint report. MTA police. Type MTA police complaint report.
Okay, MTA.
And it will automatically take you to the website where it says use this form to file a complaint, and then it tells you what to do.
All right. Yeah, I can do that. All right. Well, thank you so much. You were very helpful.
All right, you got it.
All right. Thank you. Good night. Hi, can I get a complaint form?
Complaint form?
Yes, a complaint form. Yeah, a complaint form. I can't fill it out though. I don't know how to spell.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna grab them for you. Is it for an officer out of this jurisdiction?
Yes.
I'll be right around to help you, alright?
Thank you.
right side. So that room right there on the left. Straight ahead, straight ahead, straight ahead, straight ahead, and then the left right here. There you go. Pop the squat right there. Okay. And I'll help you fill this out.
Yeah. So, what had happened?
Also, before we start, I just want to let you know, I love the jersey.
Oh, thank you.
Big fan of the Bad News Bears.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Well, what happened was this. I came here on the 19th of what's the month before September? August.
Sure.
August 19th. I spoke to Officer Solano. Officer Solano told me I came because I was having an issue. I needed an ambulance to go to the hospital. Officer Solano called White Plains Hospital and they supposedly they said you could, or they told him that I could call them and they can set up a ride for me to get to the hospital. So I left the Tuckahoe Police Department. I called this number that Officer Solano gave me, and they told me this was not true. So Officer Solano also told me that I could take a train to White Plains and all this sort of stuff. So I went to the train station over there, and I was then met by 2 MTA police officers, which, you know, I already kind of handled that. But these 2 MTA police officers there, I was talking to them about the situation.
Sorry.
And then this officer named Jalen Laboy,
Okay.
he shows up, and I tell him pretty much what's going on, and then he tells me he's not going to call me help. The MTA police officers aren't going to call me help. I don't know why he was there, because I had already spoken to Officer Solano, and there was like 2 MTA police officers at the train station, and he shows up, and I felt like that was some sort of I don't know if he was being nosy or what, but he shows up and he's standing there, and I'm like, well, is there like a supervisor or someone? Can you call like someone? He's like, no. I said, well, you know, Sergeant Pinto said something, and he's like, oh, well, Sergeant Pinto's not here and all this. So I want to complain about the both of them, because I felt like it was kind of, they didn't give me, I was having a medical emergency. I mean, I could have pretty much had a seizure and died, pretty much. I didn't have, you know, medication or anything that I needed to keep me healthy.
Okay. Okay. So, I'm trying to think. I've never filled one of these out, so I'm just reading over it to see.
I filled them out before. I mean, but my spelling is no good. I don't know how to really write. You know.
Okay. So how about? So since you filled them out before and you know like kind of what they need, why don't you? We'll try to sum up basically what had happened.
Yeah.
In kind of like an overview, not in as much like. Since you're only complaining about P.O. Solano and P.O. Laboy, I feel as though, well, like, we can't write a complaint form about the MTA police officers here, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So we can, like, we'll leave that part out, right? And then, you know, we'll leave, we'll just say that, you know, P.O. Laboy came down to the train station, and we'll take it from there, all right?
Okay.
Just because we can't do anything about the MTA guys, you would have to go see
the MTA. Yeah, they told me there's a form online or something I have to fill out.
Okay. Yeah. What's your first name? I'm going to say that's our guys, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to be P.O. Solano and P.O. Laboy?
Yes.
Okay. And we'll say in person by, write my name down, P.O. Lally.
Aren't you Officer Costa?
No, I'm not Officer Costa. I look a lot like Officer Costa, but I'm Officer Lally.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, me and Pete, we look very similar. I know. I get it all. We get mistaken for each other.
Are you his brother?
No, we're not brothers.
Oh.
We're not even related, which is crazy.
Oh.
Just a coincidence that, you know, dark hair, dark eyes, it must be an Italian thing. I think. So you said this occurred on the 19th of August?
Yes.
Correct?
Yes. I don't know the exact time. It was sometime probably in the after. It was daylight. It was at the Tuckahoe Railroad. I mean, I came here first, and I went to the Tuckahoe Railroad station.
Okay, so I'll write. I'm gonna write headquarters and the Tuckahoe train station.
The Tuckahoe train, yeah.
Okay, so let's all right, let's go back and say hold on, I have to write today's date. What do you know what today is? Today is this 8th?
The 8th, yeah.
Okay. So let's backtrack and let's go over. So you showed up to headquarters, spoke to P.O. Solano,
Yeah.
and you didn't like the way that he treated you.
Yeah, I mean, he pretty much he kept.
You
saying,
believe that he ignored your request to go to the hospital.
And he gave me Ovi's like a number to someone, and they told me, "What are you talking about? Like, we can't do that." Like,
okay. So you think he gave you a false number?
It was a false number.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I'm supposed to write this in first person as you, or if I'm supposed to write this as me. If I'm supposed to write Mr. De Silva or
I don't know.
I'm gonna write it as myself. So I'm gonna write Mr. De Silva as stated.
Okay.
Okay. Is it DA and then capital S?
Yes.
Okay. So my first sentence so far says, Mr. De Silva stated he came to headquarters and requested an ambulance from P.O. Solano.
Yes.
And then I'm right to get to White Plains Hospital.
Yes.
Hospital. So Mr. De Silva said P.O. Solano ignored his request.
Yes.
And gave him a false phone number.
Yes.
He said the phone number was for what? To call an ambulance or what?
No, he said the number was for the hospital, but the hospital claims that they don't know what I'm talking about. They said there's no way the hospital sets up transportation for people to get there. The hospital doesn't call people ambulances. The hospital has nothing to do with that.
Okay.
They told me if I needed to get to the hospital and I had no way of getting there to call an ambulance. That's what the hospital told me.
Right. Mr. De Silva left and went to the train station.
Yes.
He was approached by P.O. Laboy.
Yes.
Okay, and then what happened again?
So when he showed up, he said pretty much that he's not going to call an ambulance. There's nothing he can do. He was. The MTA police said they're not going to do it either. I asked if there's anyone else he can call, like somebody, and he said no. There's no one that's going to come out and help me. Pretty much.
refused to call an ambulance for him, and what was the last part?
He said there's no one that's gonna come out and help me. Pretty much, that's what he said. It's like he left me in the lurch.
Okay, did he leave after that, or did he watch you get on the train, or?
No, so what happened is I walked away. He was there with the other MTA police officer, and I find it strange because when I called the MTA police not too long ago, as soon as they picked up the phone, they said my name. They said my name, and I was like, well, how do you, and they're like, oh, you keep calling me. I'm like, I don't keep calling. The only person who spoke to I only spoke to one MTA police officer, and that's Lieutenant Booker. When Officer Laboy was with the two MTA police officers, he must have been telling them my information or something, because I don't know how these people know who I am.
Okay. Come to help. P.O. Laboy then passed along your personal information?
I would assume so, because I don't know how they know who I am. That's strange. I don't know any MTA police officers. I only ever spoke to one.
Okay. Anything else you'd like me to add?
No, that was pretty much everything that happened. I mean, there was nothing else. I mean, the other stuff was with the MTA police officers, but I have to fill that out with them.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So I'll just read through it real quick, and you let me know if there's anything else you want me to add. Mm-hmm. All right. Mr. De Silva stated he came to headquarters and requested an ambulance from P.O. Solano to go to White Plains Hospital. Mm-hmm. Mr. De Silva said P.O. Solano ignored his request and gave him a false phone number for the hospital. Mr. De Silva left HQ, went to the train station. He was approached by P.O. Laboy. Mr. De Silva stated P.O. Laboy refused to call an ambulance for him and said, there is no one who is going to come and help. P.O. Laboy also passed along personal pedigree information to MTA police.
Yeah, that's what happened.
What was I going to say? Without your consent.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'll print.
That's a sign.
You're gonna have to print your name
and sign,
and then sign it down there. Okay.
So print. Signature.
That's perfect. Yeah. No worries. Just want to make sure I filled out everything that I need to fill out. Supervisor, that's going to be this man right over here.
Sergeant Aubrey.
Sergeant Aubrey, correct. And just, I'm sorry, one more time.
Oh.
Print and signature, just because we ran on to the second page, okay?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that was everything, but thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Glad I can help.
Yeah.
All right. I'll see that this gets right to Sergeant Aubrey right now, okay?
All right, thanks.
All right.
All right.
Have a good night, Mr. Silva.